December 2nd, 2015. From Comedy Central's World News Headquarters in New York, this is The Daily Show with Alex Lemin. Welcome to The Daily Show. My name is Alex Lemin. Tonight, our top story is the group of people that frighten our elders. You may know them. You may be one of them. When was the last time that you checked Twitter today? Facebook? Instagram? Snapchat? Social media might be something you cannot live without. You may not even remember a time before the internet, video games, and personal devices. If this is the case, then you are too far gone. They have you now. Your fate is sealed. You are a millennial.
Surprise, motherfucker!
The millennial generation is the first to be considered digital natives. And for a good portion of their lives, they've had technology that they can use on a daily basis. Computers have been in their schools and homes for as long as they can remember. For the past 10 years or so, they've had a cell phone in their hand or earbuds in their ears. The integration of technology has made many of this generation feel like they cannot function without their device. So, when an instructor bans cell phones in the classroom, they feel out of touch and a literal panic sets in as they wonder what important message they could be missing. Some teachers have noted that asking a millennial to put away their cell phone is kind of comparable to this. While an extreme statement, many millennials would agree with this sentiment. Of course, this attachment to their devices can backfire and give parents the perfect punishment for unruly teenagers. Take away their phones. In fact, a local high school librarian pointed out that if a kid didn't have his phone to do his homework, because the parents took it away. The love of technology has inadvertently created a vulnerability. The advancing technologies have led to the thing that is most associated with millennials: social media. According to Time magazine, nearly 90% of millennials are on social media. The younger generation has assimilated technology on a scale that makes it an overwhelming part of their lives. Young millennial parents have made social media into their family photo albums and a place to show off their children. 80% of millennial moms said it was important to be the perfect mom. This rise in the search of perfection can be seen on social media. If their children are seen as perfect, then they must be perfect parents. The ability to show off is immediate, and they may be even lucky enough to get their precious, adorable pictures picked up on some news show or a late-night talk show, which gives their kids the ultimate digital fame, for a few days at least. Millennials, like those before them, are being judged by the older generations. Some people in the older generations view millennials like this.
And texting, the whole texting thing. Texting, I walked into a Starbucks, there were all these little girls sitting around like a cyber witches coven. They were like... Not saying a fucking word, just like... Finally, one of them looked up and went, I know.
And although hilarious, older adults see these random moments by some millennials and make generalizations about the whole generation. In an essay on distraction, Sam Anderson notes that some pundits have heavily criticized the use of technology, insinuating that it will be the downfall of society as we know it. And he sums up their views with this: our attention crisis is already chewing its hyperactive way through the very foundations of Western civilization. Google is making us stupid, multitasking is draining our souls, and the dumbest generation is leading us into a dark age of bookless power browsing. This compilation reflects the lack of faith in millennials and their ability to handle the future, let alone be leaders. Probably the most troublesome trait about millennials, at least through the point of view of their parents, is the transition from teenage years to adulthood. After high school, many millennials are choosing to stay in their family homes, and others are choosing to come back home after college. And the reasons are often financial, since college costs are on the rise, and college loans saddle young adults with more debt than ever expected. Older generations valued independence as young adults, and were willing to live on tight budgets, to have their own lives separate from their parents. Although they often enjoy the company of their adult children, many parents don't understand this trend. But it's so prevalent among millennials that it can even be seen in primetime television shows such as The Flash.
I suppose it would make sense for me to move back in. I mean, I am a millennial. That is what we do.
Hey, if it's good enough for a superhero, it's good enough for me. Older generations judging their children and their grandchildren is nothing new. And it's just our turn, millennials. The generation gap was an expression that was coined a long time ago. Young people have shocked their parents and grandparents by their choices in music, lifestyle, and social concerns throughout the years. But now it's the millennials' turn to shake things up for the older generations. And they're doing so with the influence of internet and technology that far surpass anything seen before. Their generational choices and rebellions have had a worldwide audience. Unlike any generation before them, they're used to being heard and seen, which gives them a sense of relevance. Will this influence cause us to fail in our obligation for a better future? Or will we rise to the occasion and use the resources available to us to create a better world? That remains to be seen. But whatever happens, we'll all get an update in our Twitter feed. Well, that's our show. And here it is, your moment of Zen.